You're cool.
Okay, we are back, and you just watched your body walk off without a glowing eye.
That's, I mean, is it still in my eye shot, quote
Yeah,
unquote?
yeah, still within your eye shot. Yeah, I see what
Thank
you
you.
did there.
Thank you very much.
You're terrible.
Um, yeah, so as long as it is like moving at a pace where I have time to take like a moment to do another thing before hopping back in my body,
Yes,
do I judge that that is the case?
yes.
Are there any wolves around?
Mm, not here currently.
Yeah, cool, fine. That's
Other
good.
than the one that's steering the body.
Yeah, but that doesn't count. That's mom.
I mean,
Wolf mother is
mum.
wolf
I mean,
mother is a separate category.
yeah,
It's
but
literally
like
wolf
like
mother.
it still has the primal drive of a wolf, right? It's
That's
not.
true.
It's not
That's,
as.
no, that,
It's
that
not
is
as
that is true.
conniving, and it's not as problematic as you know. But it does
Normal
still have
wolves.
like it. It's still.
It's a dog. It's not a wolf anymore.
Oh, God damn it. What do you do?
I hop back in my body.
Yeah,
Whatever
act
that
under fire.
involves. Act under fire? Yeah. Sounds legit.
In that the fire is trying to navigate this space because you can't actually go to where the body
Yeah,
is.
there's whole bits of
easily.
it that I can't go through. Yeah.
Nailed it.
Yeah.
You feel a sense of like, the child is back. You know, like
Yeah, so-
like a parent being like, I had a moment to myself.
Yeah, so I think what actually happens is I pull like I go like halfway to the looking place and like plot out a route from above and figure out where it will have to come out of like the current obstacle it's traversing that is accessible to me, and then I drop into that space. And so like it navigates its own way like over the wall, and then on the far side I like drop back into it, and I'm like, nope, it's my body again now.
Yeah, cool. That's nice.
Yeah, and then I set off to find the path of candles.
Yeah, cool. I think it's
I
really.
like the candle path.
I think it's cool if you're just trying to navigate rather than force your way there.
Yeah, no, there's no force about this.
Yeah.
I'm being chill.
Yep. It's real cool.
I'm being cool almost.
And yeah, you want to find the candle path. Yeah. Nice. Excellent.
Marking XP. Ba-ba-da-ba-ba.
So yeah, you find yourself like you find yourself between two chicken coops.
I love it.
And inside and they're just filled like to the brim, like they've got like these windows, right, so that you can see and
Yeah.
like filled up to the brim with just baby chickens, just like
Yep.
as if like a liquid, right, that are just yeah.
Yeah, I love it. I love it.
And yeah, you're just sitting there, and there's this like sound of like so much cheeping, and you like look around, and you're like, oh, thank God, there's the candles, right? And you just go, you head through
Yeah.
between the chicken coops, and
Yeah, and I think like as morning steps onto the path, they stoop down and they pick up one of the lanterns,
yeah,
and it's like an exact
one of the chickens.
no, and it's an exact replica of that shot we saw the last time they were here when they did like exactly this act. Like it's the same shot, it's the same framing, and they stand up, and then we cut to a shot like from in front of them of their face, and we realize that the fire in their eye and the light from the candle are and have always been like very similar in their quality,
yeah,
except the eye is like exponentially like brighter and more powerful.
cool,
Like it is a blazing form of this like one little candle.
yep,
And yeah, and then they start walking down the path, and I think they just think about give.
yep, yep. That's
Like
cool.
not even in like not even in a necessarily like purposeful way. Like it's not like, and like find give. It's just like they let their memory Like they hijack the dog mother's like fingers for a little while and press a different button in like the brain track and start playing like a loop of memories of Giv's childhood.
Yeah.
And like and then they just start like walking down the track and like not choosing at any of the forks, just like going whichever way like feels right.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And just like letting the candle path like guide them to their child.
Given that you rolled a 10 there, and this was a cool move, I think you get the sense that because you're on this path, at one point you walk under the eye line of something that is here watching and waiting.
Does it feel like a wolf, or does it feel like something else?
It feels like something that is like a wolf.
Like a wolf in the way that the wolf mother is, or like a wolf, like a different thing entirely? Like, I suppose, does it have that same desperate urge to like find and consume Give?
I think you get the feeling that it is just consume. Like it's animal rather than intelligent. Or like.
Does it feel like it's singular?
Yes.
Yeah, cool. So, I keep walking the path until I feel like I am in the eye line of this thing. And I turn and I presume I see a doll? A creepy little faceless doll?
No, you don't.
Oh, what do I see?
Do you want to
mighty MC?
Do you want to peer? Okay. If for you to see it, it will see you.
Where is the exact wording of this?
I don't think consume is even the right word. It wants something. It desires so strongly one thing that is not sensation, which is like wolves crave sensation.
Yeah.
They want to know what it feels like to be in a living body and smell and feel and touch and taste and see with real eyes. This thing, it wants something else.
Am I gonna... Oh, shit. Okay, you know what I'm gonna do? Ash? Well, actually, so I have a question. Is anywhere on the candle path out of sync, like the place I went through before?
No, because the candle path is specifically not that.
Yeah, is a fixed point.
Yeah.
Is off the candle path automatically? Like, I suppose, is there a nearby? Is there one of these points within like immediate stepping off the path distance?
Yep.
Yeah. So, and is it within eyesight of the creature?
Yes. I think the creature is in that space.
Yeah. Fantastic. So I step into that space. And now I'm no longer in my body.
Mm-hmm.
I have no
Your
idea.
body starts
you tell
walking
me
down the path.
Yeah, you tell me if it can see morning or not, or if it can just see sunrise. But regardless, that doesn't matter to me, because I am going to use my other brainer move,
Which is?
direct brain whisper projection. You can roll plus weird to get the effects of going aggro without going aggro. Your victim has to be able to see you, but you don't have to interact. If your victim forces your hand, your mind counts as a weapon. 1 harm, AP close, loud optional. And I took this move because I feel like it follows on from the fiction of last week. Like, so
Yeah.
obviously that it wasn't kind of not a choice, right? Like,
Yeah.
I'm... Because what this looks like in the fiction is that same, like, cultural friction effect. And me, like, forcing that.
Yeah.
And, like, just projecting that, like, hard at it.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what I'm gonna do.
Yeah, you step out of your body, you see this large, bloated male figure, at the, that like, it's wearing, overalls with a flannelette shirt underneath, except like, at the at the top of its thighs it ends and it's just like rags of this of like flesh and broken bone and all these sorts of, and like fabric, and where it should have a face it just has another pair of, like, its own arms are like bloated and like sitting out from its body, like not seeming to move other than, and then coming out of where its face should be there is another set of like long spindly arms that are that seem to be like perpetually just in a shadow, that covers its whole head, with
cool.
its like greasy bitty hair, and you can see as soon as you step out and Morning goes like keeps walking, you can see it like lurch forwards towards the body, as if it's trying to work out how can it get at it.
Yeah, and as it does that, Morning looks at it and knows, as a fact, that it is dead.
I mean,
and in their mind, starts to walk through every dead body and every person they've ever, like, they start marching through the litany of ways that they have seen bodies expire.
Mm-hmm.
And they, like, force upon it the fact
that it is
that
dead.
This is not a biological body that lives.
Yeah.
It simply cannot. That simply cannot be a factual statement.
Yep. Cool.
And it forces that reality into the space that this conceptual creature occupies.
Roll Go Aggro.
Cool. And because Go Aggro requires that I, like, tell it what I want, I'm going to do a thing, which is some classic Apocalypse Sword mechanics weirdness. I want it to die.
Yep.
And so it can do what I want, or it can force my hand.
Yep.
Yeah.
That'll do.
Cool. Yeah. The tiles of the roof that it is perched upon bend out beneath it, like as if they had been like on sand that is like sinkholed away.
Yep.
And it tries to like scrabble its way from like falling down into this, and you see it go down, and it just like falls onto like a bed of upstanding pencils, just like this giant bed of like someone's got a table and stood colored pencils just all over it, and it just falls onto it and stops moving.
And is it a dead body?
It is a dead body now.
Yep, cool. And then Dawn just, again, like, there is no like sense of.
I feel like it's not a dead body, right? It was never a body. It was never alive. It was never alive, but you forced deadness onto it.
It's an assemblage of dead body parts.
Yeah.
That is the most reality. That is its true quantum forced state. Yeah, and so like there's no rush in it. Dawn just like steps out of this, like, back onto the path and goes back into sunrise again.
Yep, that's fine. You come across
and goes back to thinking about Give and just keeps choosing forks of the road at random.
You come across Give with a blue android and there's some kind of gate that is covered in ants.
And am I on the Mito side of the gate, or am I on the Give side of the gate?
Give side.
Yep.
In which case, like, I think you kind of, I imagine that maybe you like see the back of Give,
Mm.
and they're just like stood there, like with their hands on their hips, like regarding
Contemplating the
this,
ants.
yeah, this pile of ants, sort of trying to like puzzle through it. So they haven't seen you yet.
Oh,
I think-
fuck. I'm gonna make it sad.
Yeah, go for it.
I
Yeah,
I
so-
think they start singing the song about what to do with dangerous animals.
Mm-hmm.
And they start singing the specifically like the bit where it starts talking about different kinds of insects
Mm-hmm.
and how to deal with bees and how to deal with ants and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
and they just start like singing that out loud from like I'm almost imagining the way this is shot like there's like the gate, there's like the back of the gate and the ants, and then there's Give, and then there's like the rest of whatever like clearing they're standing in, and then there's like a garden bed, and in the garden bed is the path of candles.
Mm-hmm.
At least is how like there is like a you know there's a distance.
Yeah, the
Which
path
is
of
as
candles
close
takes you
as they can
through
get
all of this
without-
fresh produce.
Yeah, and like I to get to Give I would have to step off the path.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think I've done that yet. I think I'm
Yeah.
just like humming the I'm just singing the song.
Yeah.
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 So I think like as you sort of start doing that, you can like see and hear that Give like picks up the song and like is singing it to themselves and seems to kind of just it's like they were already trying to remember it and now they're remembering it
Yeah.
better. And they're so used to like hearing the radio do stuff that like for a little bit it doesn't occur to them that it's an actual voice and not just like the radio or something. And then it eventually like at some point during the song like they realize that there's an actual voice happening and like turn around and look at you and just kind of stare at you for a moment, just like standing really still, and then I think like without moving, they're just like Lola.
One of the android like turns down to you and like says to you, "Should I destroy this humanoid?"
No.
And it just stands again.
Meet those cute little androids.
Yeah, so I think I say to the android, I'm like, I think it's my Lola.
What is a
But I'm
Lola?
like, I look unsure. Yeah, what is a Lola? A person that teaches you things and keeps you safe.
It's like it says it's like this has no life signs.
What do you mean by that?
It's like it does not appear to be alive.
Yeah, Lola's dead. And I'm saying all of this like to the android, but I'm like still looking at like
Yeah, and I think
Looking at-
I think like morning nods, right? Like because it's true.
Yeah, I'm
Ash,
like-
is there a safe path off the candle
You
path
can do it without stepping out of your body. Yes.
and all the way to Give?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, so I think I step off the path. And I take my little lantern
The
with
thing
me.
is, Give couldn't see the couldn't see the candle path, and as soon as you're off of it, you're like, wait, where did it go?
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Yep.
Yeah, and so I step like very slowly and measuredly, like following this slightly weird path, like I'm moving around in this like unseen obstacles. Over to like just in front of Give.
All of the produce, I think you can just tell, has an understudy.
What?
All of the like
Produce.
That's why it
cucumbers and
screams.
stuff growing
That's
in the-
why it screams.
all of the like vegetables.
All the fruit and vegetables
Fruit and
have an
vegetables
understudy
growing-
in the backstage.
That's so weird. All right.
Yeah, and so I think, I think Morning
Yes.
like kneels down in front of Give, and again we get that shot of like them just like washed out and just like ashen, and like all of their hair just like white and stringy and almost gone. And they reach out and touch Give's cheek with like the back of their hand, and I think like their skin is like waterlogged and like cold.
And really cold, yeah.
Yeah. And they're like, "You all right, kiddo?"
There's ants.
I love it. There's an immediate problem.
And
Let's-
like, well, no,
let's-
I think actually it's a thing where like there's like a really long pause, and you can see that Give is like
Processing
getting
some
like
shit.
trying not to cry,
Yeah.
and so then they just say there's ants, but they say it in this way like, you
It's all
know,
choked up.
everything sucks. Like they say there's ants, but by that they mean like, no,
I am
I'm
not
upset.
okay.
Yeah, and I think
instead they're just like,
they
"There's
just
ants."
open their arms.
Yep. Yeah. And
Aw.
give you a big hug, and you're all cold and awful.
Yeah.
And yeah. Yeah. I think I think they like cry a bit into your cold, waterlogged shoulder, and and mumble
No,
something
you're dry
about
now
like.
because you stepped out of the you're not waterlogged.
Oh,
'cause you
okay,
stepped
yeah.
in,
Alright.
crossing
Just
that
cold.
threshold
Oh yeah,
makes you
Okay.
because
dry.
I'm in the grove now.
Yeah. So yeah, they cry a bit into your shoulder and like keep mumbling things about like the ants and Mito and the gate and
Yeah.
gotta fix the ants and robots and stuff. But it's all just like really just like snotty and like mumbly, and it just doesn't make a whole lot of sense.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think they just start humming the song, the lullaby song, and we just we hear that, and like I don't know, like we may have to trigger mechanics for this, but like and I don't know about you, Em, but like I like to think that we then like fade out into I think it's probably in the eye. I think like at whatever point like Give directly meets the eye, which is now this like very like focal point. I think in it they see dawn.
Okay.
They don't see morning.
The kid version, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I don't think they fully understand or have a reaction to that.
No, legit. I just think I think
But
it's
yeah.
a relevant
Yeah,
moment that happens.
So what does the song say about ants? What does the song say I'm supposed to do about ants?
I mean fire, right?
Right, with fire. Okay. Yeah.
It's all about fire. And so I think they like they squeeze you. They like we pull away, right? Eventually, I imagine. And they like squeeze your shoulder and like press a kiss to the side of your head. And they say, "I don't have long, but that's for later. Let's deal with these ants."
Let's deal with these ants. Yeah. And so it gives just sort of like gets that, that serious like
Yep. Ash, are these ants taken collectively a valid target for going aggro?
Yes.
Yeah, so I'm going to use my brain to go aggro on the swarm of ants.
Yes.
There's a horrible smell. And
Oh.
thousands of ants just go down. I think like I don't think
Yeah,
you
I think
roll for that.
and I think what it is it's just like you're not real. Like it's not a species that exists.
Yeah. They all catch on fire and burn sizzling to the ground, and all that is left is the bucket of honey with dead birds, lizards, and rodents like drowned in it, hanging on the back of the gate that the ants were there for.
Yeah.
So it was a trap of some kind that somebody
Yep.
put there. That's weird.
Yeah, and so I think Morning goes over and moves the thing of honey, and then and then opens the door
Yeah.
for Mito and Co.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is going to be hilarious.
Yeah. But I'm like visibly there as well, so like
Yeah.
yeah. Actually, I think as you're doing that, I literally call out like Mito, Lola is here, and they burned all the ants with their brain. So like you hear that, and
Well,
then like
Yeah.
and then Morning opening the gate.
Okay, so this is going to sound a little bit, keeping in mind everything that's happened to Mito,
Oh yeah. No,
going to sound a little bit hypocritical, but you're still dead.
I mean, yes, that is
Right?
an accurate statement on every level. I agree.
You're still dead, and aside from me, and you don't look like you've been fixed, right?
Nope.
If anything else, you look the exact opposite. I don't think that I think that the robots are gonna start moving towards you a little bit, and including Prince, who's gonna come up from behind you.
Well,
Budgie
but
Smuggler's
Prince
like-
knows.
Budgie Smuggler's
Prince
like,
knows. That
oh
this
god,
is
more zombies! For fuck's sake, what's wrong with today? And like,
I think I just look at Budgie Smuggler
Yeah,
and I'm like,
I
is that any way to treat an old friend?
I look at Budgie Smuggler
What-
too, and I'm like, Lola's not a zombie, just dead.
what are the robots doing, Jimmy?
The robots are holding their shock gloves. It's not going to be all the robots. it's gonna be Prince from behind, and it's gonna be Ziggy and Lars advancing from the other side, both with their hands out threateningly. And here's the thing, none of this makes any sense as far as I'm concerned.
It's very true.
Right? Right?
Legit.
It is Mito's mind has just gone, whatever this thing is, Give thinks it's their dead relative. So this is a really malicious and evil thing. That
Pretending to be.
yeah, right?
Yeah.
Because they're dead and you can't come back from the dead, as far as I know. So, like, this has got to be a standoff of at some point.
Yeah.
Where we're looking at you, and I am like, get away from them, Give.
I think
Get away
yeah.
from them.
And I think I look sort of initially confused like at Mito, and then I like look stern, and I like step in front of Lola, and I'm not like holding the gun up or anything. I like put it down and I put my little hands on my hips, and I'm like, Mito, don't be mean to Lola, just because Lola looks dead.
And I think for Sunrise's, for Morning's part, like, I think there is not even a trace of, like, they clearly register that the androids are there, but the idea that there is no registering of them as a threat. Like, no actual, like, threatenedness.
You don't sort of go like,
Yeah.
all right,
Well, especially because, like,
just stay neutral.
like, what is a shock glove gonna do to a dead body?
I mean,
It's
you did get
interesting
shot
is, like,
a lot before.
but at the same time, like, what is direct brainwave projection going to do to them, right? Like,
That's true, yeah.
I love this.
Well, I mean, I've still got my bare hands. Like, I've got other
exactly.
weapons
Yeah.
entirely.
Yeah.
And so, like,
But yeah,
like it's just like I don't recognize Mito's attempt at a threat. I just ignore it, and
This
I
is-
look at Mito.
okay. I want to clarify. This isn't
Yeah.
a threat. This is not. This is not. I've seen a thing that needs to die. This is right now. there is something that has fooled Give into thinking that it's safe, and it clearly is not safe.
It's more like a move to like.
So is it seduce or manipulate
Sounds like seduce or
using
manipulate.
a threat as
Yeah.
leverage?
Yep.
I guess.
And Emily can
Yeah. All right.
interfere.
I'm happy to
Because
roll.
like the distinction there is, if you mean it, and you're prepared to pull the trigger, it's go aggro. But you have to be willing to pull the trigger, or it's seduce or manipulate with a bluff
Yeah.
So
that you're willing to pull the trigger.
Well, okay. So what it sounds like to me, I think actually, and apologies to Morning in this instance.
Oh,
I
yeah.
feel like actually what is happening here is like a not a duel of wits, a duel of trust
yeah.
between
Yeah.
Vito and Give. It's a
No,
case
so it's
of,
seduce or manipulate
will
on
I
Give.
believe? Yeah, it's will I believe you when you say you've got to step away from Lola because I always believe you, or
Yeah.
is this the one time where you believe me?
Yeah,
and
yeah,
I'd
yeah,
like
yeah.
to kind of, I'd like to maybe do
No,
that
legit.
mechanically,
No,
but I'm
legit.
not
No,
sure.
that's
legit.
that's
No, that feels
brilliant.
100% what it is.
Yeah.
I'm not sure quite how we do that if we're like both trying to.
The question is who's on who is trying to
Convince each
convince the other one.
Who's taking action?
Who's
Yeah.
taking action first?
I reckon
really.
that's you. I reckon like
I think
like-
it sounds like don't be mean to Lola just because they're dead.
Dead.
Sounds
Right.
like
Yeah.
your action.
Okay.
Um,
Sure.
being.
Sure. Yep.
Yeah, and I think
And-
I think. Here's a fun question. What are your hexes with each other?
I'm at 0 with Give.
I'm at +3.
I would like to actually see
Oh.
it then be Jimmy Jimmy being interfered with by Give, Mito being interfered with by
Right.
Give. So because like A, that's mechanically more interesting to me. B,
Okay.
it sounds like it's like
Yeah.
literally this is what it sounds like, right? Step
Yeah,
away from Lola,
okay.
and you're interfering with. Don't be mean.
Yeah. Okay. And
Yeah.
and it's good because narratively that follows because we established in the very first session like I just
Yeah.
always believe Mito.
Yeah.
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 So I think you're right. Like narratively, this is the one time where I'm like, I'm not sure I believe you.
Yeah.
So yeah, I
Yeah.
like I like that
Yeah.
way around. That's cool.
I feel
Okay.
like there is room for Morning to interfere as well,
Yes.
because Give very clearly believes what they are saying when they
Yeah.
say Lola's not dead. Lola's
Yeah.
not a zombie; they're just dead.
Lola's not a zombie. They're just dead.
That's
Okay.
true.
All right. So,
So I'm rolling
Mito, you
seduce or
roll
manipulate.
Your thing, yeah.
Yep.
Because you might roll like nothing.
Like that.
Oh,
Like
wow.
like a complete
Amazing.
I want to see the others like roll just to see how low
Okay.
that goes.
So I'm rolling 2d6. Yeah.
You're rolling
So I'm
2d6
rolling-
plus 3.
+3. Okay. Holy shit. Holy shit. Yes.
I believe that takes Jimmy
I'm
down
so
to a 2.
convincing.
Yep.
I love this narratively.
Tell this story.
I'm
Okay.
doing the thing that you do. So here's the thing. I think I put on this like voice that is
You
my
do the sunrise voice.
No. I don't do the sunrise
The
voice. I do
Mito
the
voice.
Oh, the Mito voice. Oh, that's even better.
I put on an
Yes.
imitation of you. What is the move that you use? There's
the
like
unflappable. No, the rally the cause.
rally
Or
the cause.
no-
Yes.
Ah,
I
yes.
put
yeah.
on your
So
rally the
good.
cause voice.
Yes.
Yeah, and I'm just like, don't be
You
mean
make a
to Lola
speech.
just because they're dead. You look different, and that's okay. Lola looks different too. And there's important things to do, and we've got to rescue the wizards. And we don't have time to be mean to each other.
Okay, this is adorable and some of the best role playing I've ever been involved with.
It is absurd how well, and I say this as a childcare professional, Emily captures the mannerisms of a child.
I do want to hear, because I mean, I do want to hear what Morning does as well, because here's the thing. I already I trust Give completely because I gave Give a gun earlier,
Yeah.
right? This isn't a case of me not believing Give so much as a case of Morning needing to prove that they're still in there somewhere, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that to me, considering your role interfered as well,
Yeah, what's
And-
the demonstration
Do you have any
of
suggestions,
sunrise?
Jimmy? Jimmy, do you have any
Are you
suggestions
reading
of things that
Are
would
you
help?
reading a person?
No, I mean, no,
I
I
don't-
think it's just a question of how we narratively see
I would
you.
like Jimmy, what
interfering.
do you think would help Mito?
A thumbs up. Like literal, like thinking
Just
back.
Some
really
kind of
human.
image.
Yeah, like just in the thinking back to when we were like outside the studio, had we actually like when you came in saying where's Give, and I trusted you by giving you the thumbs up and telling you that Give had gone.
Yeah, totally,
that-
totally.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
we
nice
we
narrative.
see. I think we see like the echo of that image,
Yeah,
and then Morning says, "I found out a bunch about the wolves, Mito."
okay, cool. That's yeah. So that's fine. I send a psychic signal to pull to make the robots drop their hands and step back. Yeah. Okay, so
How is
I'm
Budgie Smuggler taking all this?
yeah, it's-
Yeah, I feel like she like turns to you and is like, okay, are we cool with this zombie? Other zombie?
Well,
I think, like, regardless of
I think
whether-
I walk over. I think Morning walks over to her.
And she like puts the gun between you and her.
Yeah, and like that's okay. Like I let her do that, and I look into her eyes, and I say to her, like, because I'm presuming we have a prior acquaintance,
Yep.
right? Like I used to hang out with Partridge, and Partridge is
Yep.
yeah, and so like I'm like, Budgie Smuggler, it's me.
Still funny.
Remember, a few years back when your studio was freezing over in the cold, and I gave you firewood. I helped you then. I'm here to help you now. I'm not going to hurt you.
Roll it. Seduce or manipulate.
Yeah, I suspected that would be what I would be rolling with. Look at me actually using my hot stat, like Ash told me to by highlighting it.
Woo.
Good job, everyone. We're good at this game.
Partial success.
Okay, I have an answer for this partial success,
Yep.
which is that she shoots you accidentally
Yep.
And then
and then
believes you.
believes you.
Yeah, because I don't respond violently, right?
Yep.
Like,
She's like, "Oh God, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Oh God. Wow, you really are a zombie. Are you? What happened?"
I'm like,
so
I'm like,
take a harm.
and I think
Or take
Morning.
2 harm as established, and then
So
like,
that's 2 harm, less
Minus
1 for my
1.
armor, less 1 because I am a small gang and she is a person.
yeah, cool, yeah, done. Nice.
Yep. So I literally don't even notice.
Yeah. Which is,
Like,
yeah, she's
the body flinches, right? Like the
Yeah.
autopilot reacts, but Morning doesn't realize,
Yeah.
and so she just keeps looking right at her.
and she's like,
Uh,
yeah, and she's like, what happened to you? What happened to everything?
I think
Where are
I
we?
butt in. I think I butt in and like put a hand up in front of her, and I'm like, Budgie Smuggler, there's no time. And it's
yeah,
like,
and
I'm like,
I think I turn and look at Give, and I like nod, and I'm like, "Kid's right. We got to get back on the path, and we got to find the wizards. I'll tell you on the way."
Cool. End of
And then
session.
I'm gonna try and
No,
lead
end of session.
this bunch. Well, I'm gonna try and lead this bunch of chucklefucks onto the path of candles,
Yeah,
so that we
exactly.
can
But that's,
leave
like-
this session on the path of candles.
I think we
Do I
start.
have to roll for
we
that?
start trying to find it.
okay,
yeah.
cool.
We'll start
Alright.
next
I
session.
want
with that.
just
Okay, cool.
I would
Cool.
like to again have Give on the shoulder with
Yeah.
the machine.
Yeah. So what
Yeah,
we see
I
is that
clamber
it
back
is like
up.
it is Mito with Give on shoulder and Budgie Smuggler following in in Morning's path, and all surrounded by the five blue robots. As you like all as a group turn around and head back in towards the gate. And we finish on that.
And it's like this long, lingering camera shot of us like walking away from camera, and we hear the voiceover of like Morning starting to tell the story.
Yeah.
Of like what's happened to them.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's really cool.
Starting with when they woke up after they died, and then
yeah, that's rad. Cool.
Well, that's awesome.
That was rad.
God.
Nice.
Nice. This is our penultimate episode, by the way. Like next week, folks, is gonna be our last episode of Damn
Come
Spirit.
Hell or High Water.
It's gonna be intense.
High water.
It's probably going to be hell and high water. Yeah, that's true.
Probably
Those things seem likely.
That's my goal. Yeah. Look, Mito, I'll bring the hell if you can bring the high water.
Oh yeah.
And Give will go on a quest to slay a dragon.
Mm-hmm. And rescue the wizard. Sword.
Yep. It's gonna be
It'll
good.
Be amazing.
In the meantime, though, let's do some shout-outs. Emily, do you want to do your shout-outs?
Sure. Hello, I'm Emily. I have been a child, and it's been great fun. What's that face?
HX.
Oh, well, yeah.
Oh.
All right,
Obsession.
Emily, who knows you better?
Mito.
Mito knows you
Mito
better.
knows me better.
Mito Grains.
Cool.
Hex.
All right. Sweet Hex.
Morning, who knows you better?
I feel like the answer is Mito, because Mito gave more thought to the truth of what I am now, and also understands what it is to be dead, sort of.
Cool. Yep. Mito, who knows you better?
Tough one. I'm actually thinking Give. I think that
Cool.
I'm. Yeah,
Cool.
I think
Sweet.
Give.
Awesome.
All right.
Great.
Nice.
All right, Emily, do you want to do shout-outs again?
Yes. So hang on. If I go up to 4, does that mean I take over
You
straight
get
away?
an XP and you reset. And someone knows your
okay,
secret.
well then, Mito, you owe me a secret.
Oh.
Cool.
And so do I. So like beginning of next
Yeah.
session.
Yeah.
Secret time.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Cool.
Cool. Yes. Hello, I'm Emily. I've been a child. It's been great. I had a good time. I am a filmmaker and an artist. I am currently taking commissions for portraits, both of real, actual people in the real world, and also role-playing game characters and similar. So if you have
both.
And sometimes both, yes. So if you have some art that you would really like done of a character or a person that you like, hit me up on Twitter at BlackpoolSays, because I am doing that thing now. That's it. That's me. This has been great. I'm real excited for the finale.
Mm-hmm. It's gonna be wild.
It's gonna be gnarly.
Oh,
Luke.
oh, stop.
Hello, I am Luke. When I am not making bad puns, I spend my days working as a professional GM for children, teaching history and mythology through role-playing games. Also, a bunch of the time, I am a game designer. Also, a bunch of the time, I play role-playing games on the internet. Often here, sometimes in other places. Check that out. All my links are in the chat, but yeah, you can find me on Twitter at Wildwoods Games. You can support my Patreon at Games from the Wildwood, which lets me keep doing game design and being on shows like this and that kind of cool stuff. You can buy my game at gamesfromthewildwood.itch.io. It is a pretty good game. I'm pretty proud of it.
It is pretty good. Jimmy.
What is up? I am Jimmy. I'm a comedian and a presenter, and I've done some TV, and you can hire me to run your game at gmforhire.com.au. I'm on Twitter at roleplay_James. I'm having this is wow. This is legit some of the best role-playing I have ever seen. We're having this is gonna end, and it's gonna make me sad.
Jamie, come here. Everyone needs the sunrise hugs. It's okay.
Everyone needs the sunrise hug. Look, yeah. Follow me on Twitter. I do cat pics, lots of cat pics, and my cat is adorable. You would have heard her earlier in the broadcast. You
Real
can.
good.
I will also. I'm also working on some game design stuff, and I'm always writing D&D. So hit me up in the future.
Cool. Awesome. I have been. Hi, I'm Ash. I've been your GM today. You can find me on the internet in many places. At Acegiak, Acegiak on Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, Tumblr, Instagram. I think that's all of them. Probably something else. And Twitch. This is my Twitch channel.
And at your website,
Like, follow, and
acegiak.net.
subscribe. And my website, acegiak.net.
Also, Ash has recently updated her fantastic game,
I
The
have.
Republic.
We just
You
updated
should
the
go
Republic.
and for a very reasonable price, get your hands on this phenomenal game by an up-and-coming role-playing game designer and Twitch superstar.
Yeah, and you can find that. You can find the Republic on itch.io or DriveThruRPG. It's currently in early access, so it's only $5. Or you can find out more information about that at therepublic.machinespirit.net. And it is a role-playing game about element mending and social justice and big piles of dice. It's real good. But for Twitch, this week, Wednesday, we got Space Date. Me and Emily are going to go on a space date. We're going to go in No Man's Sky, hang out, find out about planets and weird animals that look weird. It's real good. It's a fun time. Very romantic. Then on Thursday,
Yeah, all that radiation poisoning.
Yeah, exactly. I'm a very good pilot, and B, very like self-preserving. It's great. On Thursday we've got Scum and Villainy, so that'll be Melody, maybe David, we don't know yet. Alyssa, Maze, and who am I missing? Melody,
That sounds
Alyssa,
like-
Maze, David.
Maybe
That's
David.
four. That's four. Okay, good.
And you.
Yeah, and me. So that's we're playing Space People in Space, and then on Saturday we'll have PC Game Stream Time where I ask Twitter by poll what we should play. So it'll either be like Darkest Dungeon or Hand of Fate or Armello or something like that. And then I think that's everything until we come back here next week, Monday, same time, same place, for the finale of Damp Spirits.
Oh my god, the title of the finale episode is Damp Apocalypse Now.
Oh my god, get out. Alright, we're finishing the stream now. Thanks, everyone.
The stream is cancelled. Twitch
for
was a
coming.
mistake.
I'm ending. No final episode. This was the fun. No. Alright, everyone. Thanks so much for joining us. This was a wild today. We'll catch you later on. See you around. Bye.
Bye.